Someone Is You is a perfect example of what can be found if you are willing to iTunes surf for hours on end. I had been searching all sorts of words and names and going deeper and deeper into the library until I found this song that just caught me. I had never heard it. I didn't know who Barry Louis Polisar was. I came to discover that he was this 70s children's folk singer. And this song just touched me. There was something lovely about it. I didn't know it at the time, but I came to find out that he recorded it, hymned in a guitar in the basement of his home. And there was something about the handmade quality that was the perfect introduction to this film. And I immediately sent it over to my opening title guys, and they began creating the opening title sequence to correspond to the music.
I live in Olympia, Washington, and Jason was going to be in Seattle. And I was like, I'll come to Seattle. We'll record some instrumentals. And so I went up to the studio. We recorded some instrumentals, which is totally absurd to me because, like, in my mind, because I can barely play guitar, my music is all about the words. And so I was like, instrumentals, huh? Boring. But it sounds nice. So it's okay. It works.
And then we did some versions where you hummed over them, too.
Oh, right. I was humming for, like, 3 hours. But we had to be like, do we do, like, do-do-dos or, like, boo-boo-boos or la-la-las or ha-ha-has. So I did like 20 versions.
My favorite was the guzz.
Oh, yeah. Go-go-go-go-go.
Like, no song should ever be hummed.
Oh, my God.
Ga-ga-ga-ga-ga-ga-ga-ga. So, Well Respected Man has always been a favorite song of mine, and it's odd because there's another movie that I'm writing, and I've always associated it with the introduction of a character in this other movie. And when I made the decision to bring it into JUNO, to actually bring it to the editing room and try it with Bleecker, it was a little heartbreaking for me because I had always really associated with this other film, and I knew by putting it into JUNO I would not be able to use it in this other film one day. But ultimately the sacrifice had to be made, and it kind of seems perfect for Michael Cera.
Mm-hmm. Especially the deodorant on the eyes.
Helen, it's anti-chafing cream. I don't know how many times I have to say this.
Well, it's good to be fresh down there. you never know what's going to happen.
This is another song that came from Ellen Page, so I wouldn't have known Cat Power if it weren't for the young lady sitting to my left.
Oh, me.
You.
Far left. Yeah, I'm an insane
2 over.
Cat Power fan. I love Chan Marshall. I love all of her music. And that covers album where Sea of Love is obviously from is just ridiculous. A lot of her music paralyzes me. I find it so beautiful. And I've listened to it so much while I've worked, actually. She's just one of those staples in my life. And that song is so one of those songs that's so simplistic and so minimal and just absolutely stunning and works perfectly. And I remember when you had it in, kind of as temp at first, because you never know if you're going to get a song. And I was bugging him so much. Like, did we get the song? Did we get the song? Like,
well, also cinematically, Sea of Love also already kind of has its place in cinema history, so I was a little trepidatious about putting it into our movie because there's kind of already this film reference. But Cat Power brought such a new take to that song that I felt we could almost kind of reinvent what it meant in a movie. And the scene is so beautiful, and I to be perfectly honest, I thought what Ellen and Michael did as actors in that scene was so stunning that I couldn't quite find another song that lived up to them. And it seemed like perfect harmony. I'm always telling the story because it's always from my perspective. I'd love to hear kind of how you remember it.
Okay, yeah, all right. Well, it was probably the second or third time we were meeting, and I was in Jason's office, which has wonderful little, like, bunny ninjas everywhere, and it's a great office. You know what I mean?
I like the picture you're setting for people. All they know about the office is bunny ninjas.
I think people will be very excited about that, Jason. And Jason said to me, well, what do you think JUNO would listen to? And I replied, well, the Moldy Peaches. And he didn't know who the Moldy Peaches were, and I was surprised because he, I didn't.
Seems so cool.
Yeah, he seems so cool.
I know. It was all a facade.
Yeah, it was all of a sudden. And so I went on his computer and, you know, I closed the All Saints song and, and I brought up the Moldy Peaches and played him, I believe it was Anyone Else But You, and Nothing Came Out, which is also a song I love. And he fell in love.
Like, I got to watch them filming that scene, and I was totally freaking out. And then I was eavesdropping on them practicing in the other room, and Ellen was like, I feel weird. Kimya's here. And I was like, I feel weird. This is crazy. And so everybody was a little like really excited about it. But yeah, it's really cool. But I felt like they were the perfect people to play a Moldy Peaches song because, like, you know, me and Adam were just, you know, these kids, like, when we wrote the song, wanting to make people fall in love with us.
I don't see what anyone can see in anyone